Whoops, I messed up the music. One moment. Hold on, where is it? Hold on, I can fix this. That's it, right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Live from twitch.tv/CharlieDrex, this is the Charlie Drexperience. And here's your host, Charlie Drex.
Yes, hello, hi, that's me. I'm Charlie. I'm the Charlie. Charles Vessel / Sendrix. Charlie Drex, that's me. Hi. Hey. Hey. What's up? What's shaking? What's crack-a-lackin', my dudes? Hey, what's going on, guys? Alright, so it's me. It's me, Mario. And by Mario, I mean me, Charlie. Here I am. Good evening, charlatans and uncommitted viewers. Welcome to episode number 3. No, fuck. I need to rewrite my script. Episode number 4 of the Charlie Drexperience. It's me, it's your boy, Charles the Drex. We've already got a pop-in chat today for our guest. Not to say that any of our other guests aren't themselves amazing. Everyone offers something special to the Charlie Drexperience, and I want to make sure that I emphasize that everybody is invited. Just big, small, major viewership, minor viewership, 0 view, 1000 view. It doesn't matter. I mean, if I can land a 5 view, that'd be pretty cool. Anyways, we've got an absolutely jam-packed show for you tonight. Among so much else, this evening's Charlie Drexperience will feature a guest interview. Okay, we're kind of leaning the content department, as per usual. I haven't really come up with anything else yet, really. Something small, content creator, new show, etc., etc. Righto, as per usual. We're going to start with me blah blah blahing about myself to give folks an extra 5 or 10 minutes to filter in for the real attraction. Last week, Saturday, for those of you who missed it, was actually my affiliate streamerversary. That's right, I have been an affiliate on Twitch somehow for a full year. I'd originally planned to push for a 24-hour stream. I ended up cutting it off after I don't know, 13 and a half hours or so. Mainly because I realized or absorbed into myself the fact that, oh right, I have demon work on Monday, and obliterating my sleep schedule isn't the smartest thing to do when I'm a good little demon wagey and I have to go back to the demon cagey. Whoopsies. I'm going to be honest, it feels like cheating with my declared plan to upload as much VOD content as I can, but I'm probably not going to be uploading that stream and leave it privated here on Twitch, because it's not from a place of modesty or self-effacement. It's just 3/4 of the stream was me learning Japanese. Oh, by the way, yes, that's a thing I do now. I'm sure most of you read it in the Discord servers I'm in, or on my Twitter stream of consciousness word vomit, or you witnessed me drilling kana for 9 or 10 combined hours on Saturday. Anyways, it is an earnest goal of mine to throw onto the massive pile of crap that is my life's passions and hobbies. You will be pleased to know that I understand loud and clear what everyone on the internet says, and have abandoned Duolingo as a resource I spend most of my time in. That's about all I'm going to say on topic. You heard the, wow, it's so sugoi desu from a bajillion other weebs before, so I'm not going to rehash the same old spiel you've heard so many times before. I'm doing it, that's that. Maybe I'll try stream the process. I don't know. Can't imagine it'd be that exciting to watch. Right, other Charlie stuff. Tomorrow's stream was canceled, if you didn't see. I won't go into details, but it's demon work stuff. Friday nights is still on, though it might end up pushed back a wee bit for the same reason. And on Saturday, Transformers is finally coming back, because I know there are literally thousands, okay, hundreds, okay, ones of people really looking forward to it. And then, well, we'll see what next week brings. So it's that part of the night where I end the monologue, I end the self-advertisement, we get to the stuff you've really been waiting for. Joining us from the swampy nether regions known as Florida, and somehow possessing the ability to talk, we apparently have a An alligator coming onto the show? Who's booking this thing? The official ambassador of Florida? What's that even mean? Hey, hey, hey! No, we're not. Really? Really? Oh, okay, fine. Okay, what does that mean? Anyways, put your hands together for the lovely Abigail Croc. Let's go with Abigail. Whoa.
To show you how to do something neat. You have my foodie still. I was wondering how the hell you were going to display me.
That's right. That's right. What, you didn't think I had this set up?
Well, no, it's not. I think you had it set up. I just didn't think you had my Fugi since I have my 3D model now.
Oh, well, I probably should have done more, yeah, we probably should have organized that better, huh? Because we could have, I don't know, like...
Do you want me to show you how? Because I figured out how to do it when I had Cliff on my show a while back.
Do
you have...
Can you make it quick?
Yeah, I can make it quick.
All right. All
you're going to do is you're going to take... I'm going to take this here. You're going to take my screen share, which should just go to... There we go. Now you're going to take that, and you're going to have it as a browser source in... Not a browser source, but a window capture in OBS. And then you're going to chroma key out the magenta. And that's all.
Yes, I can do this.
If that doesn't work, we'll go with the PNG. No biggie.
Be calm, viewers. There's about to be 2 Abigails.
Did I bring Max? Max is here. Max is on my head.
Hold on, let me, Okay, window capture. I promised I can do this very quickly. Bear with us for a moment, viewers.
Everybody, that must mean you're pretty based.
Yeah, Monkey is a pretty based person there.
I see a monkey. I see a hauntlich. I see Azu. It sounds like you got pretty good taste.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hide this anyway. Now that we fucking, yeah, woo. Okay, but seriously, your video. The player's out in another video. That's you. Okay, yep, so I need to like
window capture that.
Window capture this.
Or display capture, whatever the hell it is.
I'm not going to display capture that. That's dangerous territory.
So if you go to display capture, you can actually, you can click off the thing that says make source visible.
Nah, check this. We're gonna.
Don't do display capture. That's the whole window.
What we're gonna do is we're just gonna cheat. We're just gonna crop everything.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna capture the window, and I'm gonna crop out everything except for the middle of it. That is you. It's gonna be a little low res probably, but pa-pow, ka-chow.
Hey, that's me.
There's Abby. Look at me when I'm not totally screwing up everything.
I'm coming in from 2002.
Papa.
It's like I'm on Total Request Live.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, look, this is great. Lower me a little bit.
All right.
I got what I wished for.
All right, there's the high quality. You're like 120p. Oh man, good quality stuff. Anyway, note to self, let's make sure that we we need to clip out that crazy browser source stuff that I was doing earlier.
I think that's what Cliffy and I did. Or maybe we didn't do that at all. Whoopsie daisy. Oh well, we'll figure it out next time.
Whoops. What did I do? Oh, there I go. Do I need to leave that?
God. Oh no.
Okay. Back to the regular.
Oh shit. Oh no.
Okay. I think we're set. I think we're good.
I think we're set. You know what? Maybe we can change it again. Maybe
no,
we should just
no more changing. we got something going. Yeah, monkey. I got that. Monkey. Yes, I need to leave the window open or else it'll fuck up. Correct. I've discovered that. Okay. So, with all of that delicious, beautiful scuff out of the way, that's 10 minutes burned. Hello, Abby.
I do. Hello. I'd like to remind you, I do get paid by the minute, so please do take your time.
Wait, we're paying this guy. I need to
You could
talk. I
talk
need
to
to
my
talk to my
agent, right?
manager. No, agent. No, no, no. See, what happens is my booker. He's like, okay, you gotta work in this guy. You gotta work in that guy. This lady. We're gonna have ladies. Ladies are scheduled anyway. We offer every kind of guest a spot here in the Charlie Drexperience. But be that as it may, yeah, he books them, and I don't ask any details. So that's why first I'm hearing about how there's apparently gonna be a talking alligator on my show, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
wait, that's doesn't seem physically possible, but you know, I guess here we are.
Mm-hmm. Well, he talked to my agent, which is this little fella on my head right here, and I was told that we would be getting paid in no less than 3 rabbits and a goat.
I can give you a cow and 2 chickens. Best
The
I can
cow
do.
works well. That's fine. Oh no, not a whole cow. Oh no. I'm only gonna eat for 5 days now.
Oh man. Wait, so hold on. You're an alligator, and
Indeed.
your agent is a possum.
Well, my agent is Max, yes. Well, what were you expecting to be
Right.
another? What were you expecting to be another gator or something?
No, I mean, I'm not saying all alligators look alike or anything, but I
Mm-hmm,
mean, I
mm-hmm. Right,
mean,
right, right, right.
you know how alligators are, right?
I mean, technically, yes, I do. Being an alligator, I do.
All right, so who are you? What are you? What do you stream? And where can people find you on the interweb? Sorry, I've got this written down. It's scripted at this point, but it's
It's
like
fine. It's
I
all
guess
good.
saying what are you is kind of we've
What are you
established
is pretty
that.
funny.
You are an
Pretty funny.
alligator. Because usually
Yes.
it's like, oh, I'm a demon. Oh, I'm a possessed doll. Oh, I'm whatever. You're just a gator.
Abby is a civilized croc. I am a very civilized croc, usually, most of the time. When usually. But to answer your question, my name is Abigail Crocodilus Mississippianus, and I'm what you call a variety streamer, a VTuber, as some might say. And I'm from the swampy swamps of Florida. Sometimes I stream old games, sometimes I do Zatsu, sometimes I do hand cam streams, sometimes I just do a bunch of weird shit. So that's who I am. That's what I do. I stream 3 times a week on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. And I assure you, you can see me much more clearly at those times.
Absolutely no fault of my own, I assure the audience. The Charlie Drexperience is a high quality production. We make no errors here.
This is how I requested to be seen. I requested that I be postage stamped resolution.
Look, yeah, you work with what you got, right? What's improvise, adapt, and overcome? That's my motto. It's actually the motto of like some military force. I forget which, but Marines or
I
something.
have moved past the bounds of 2D, and so I will insist on the 3D model until it becomes too inconvenient.
Hey, I mean, I will support you in that endeavor, and you'll be here in super low poly resolution, and they'll
Fine.
maybe be able to figure out which pixel is supposed to be you, you know?
Well, no, that really works out for me because if later on I want to deny ever being on this show, people really won't be able to prove it.
Mm-mm, correct. Plausible deniability is always a good thing to have.
That's what my parole agent told me.
So, besides all that, how long have you been doing this? And when I say this, I mean streaming, and then, if not streaming, then like content creation in general, if you did stuff before streaming.
Oh my gosh, let's see here. Well, technically, I've been doing it for content creation for a very long time then, because I've always been involved in like theater and doing all that sort of stuff, or anything that was a bit more theatrical.
Mhm.
But as far as maybe content creation as people here know it, that would be maybe about 5 years, and then I've been VTubing for just about 2 years now.
Have you...
And
Oh, sorry.
no, that was it.
Oh, okay. It was just kind of a follow-up was, you mentioned theater, so have you always had a background in arts and crafts, arts and creativity,
Arts and
humanities?
crafts. Yes, I came out of the womb building forts with popsicle sticks. Um, I've always been interested in it. When I was really young, I was very kind of terrified of that sort of thing and being seen and all that. I was actually a very antisocial child. I did not like interacting with people whatsoever. And then as I got a little older, I got involved in some community theater. And then through high school, obviously, I did a shit ton of theater there. And then a little bit after high school, I did some theater. And then I made my way out to La La Land for several years. And then I came running back to Florida.
And then you started melting because Florida, man, Florida is humid. That's all I gotta say about Florida.
Yeah, it's a little warm here. It's getting a little better. You'd think, being cold-blooded, I'd appreciate that sort of thing, but no, not really actually. I'm kind of looking at the Northeast right now because it's still humid up there, but it's not nearly as hot, and so I think I could get by just fine up there.
You mean you don't spend 17 hours a day basking on a rock somewhere?
Not anymore. I used to do that when I was in my early 20s and I didn't really have much to do. But now, I'm a gator. I'm an older gator and I got responsibilities and, a little mouth to feed and, a job to keep up. And, I got the convoy now too. So, they kind of need me. So it doesn't, then I work out too. And then, I got to make the schedule. And then, well, as you can see, it all piles up pretty quickly.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely getting there too. Well, I mean, you have all this on your plate, but what motivated you to even get to that point? Did you think that this whole thing would be fun? Was there like something specific you're trying to get out of it?
Yeah. I thought it would be just super fun because I remember when I first kind of became aware of VTubers around the time that Hollow EN debuted. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I'm like, I probably couldn't do anything like that though. It seems pretty neat that you get to be a funny cartoon character on the internet, which is something I always wanted to do because I was always more interested in animation than I was in live action and theater, even though I really loved theater. But after I left Los Angeles, I was like, well, that's a bummer. And then I saw VTube and I was like, oh wait, I could be a cartoon on the internet. That's pretty cool. But I was like, oh, it's just all of these idol girls and stuff like that. I could never do that. And then I started watching a couple of them, and I said, you know what? I think I could do that. You know what? I can do that too. And so that's when I picked up my shovel and said, let's do it.
Oh, it's, so many people. I mean, the eternal debate, right? Is VTubing about the idol culture, the you have to be a performer first and foremost, or do variety streamers, quote unquote, count? But
depends on what your goals are. I mean, if you're talking about a corpo, then I mean, obviously yes, because it's a business and they have like a set goal in mind and all this other stuff. But if you're an indie, if you're just a little nobody, like little old me, then you can kind of do whatever the hell you want.
Well, what are some of your goals? Assuming that you don't just remain an indie forever.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything concrete, like numbers, specific numbers, or ballparks?
I never really had numbers as a goal. Right now, I have 1,000 followers set up as a goal on my Twitch channel, just because we're zoning in on it. But I never put an emphasis on numbers. I never let it bug me too much or anything like that, because I heard some very good advice right around the time I started VTubing, and that was, it's never going to be enough. You're never going to have enough. Just stop worrying about the number. And so I did right off the bat. But as far as something concrete,
well, I do have an alternate, like, part of this prompt, which is there something like a dream event in the sense of like you going as like a panel member or doing a meet and greet, like something like that, maybe?
I think the closest I could get to that is maybe dropping like some concrete merch, like some proper merchandise. I don't know if I'd do a meet and greet. I didn't tell anybody I went to Anime Expo because I made a little trip across the country because I was fortunate enough to get tickets to Connect the World. And I was like, well, Anime Expo is happening that same week, so I might as well just make a trip out of it. And so me and a bunch of my buddies went, and I knew there was multiple tubas that were there and in the area and around and all that, but I couldn't bring myself to reach out to any of them. I was a little bit too I've worked very hard. I've worked very hard to to maintain a certain image, and I don't really want to. I have to think real hard before I mess with that in any way, shape, or form.
Absolutely. I mean, part of the magic of VTubing, if I may wax poetic
Mhm,
about it, but it's
mhm, mhm.
just completely subsuming yourself into a completely alternate identity, and
Exactly. That's the best part.
you just become someone else.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
Um, kind of said yes, so I kind of know the answer to this, but it's scripted, so we'll ask anyway. Would
Mhm.
you say that you were a big VTuber viewer before you began streaming?
Yes and no. There was a couple I watched. I never really watched two. Well, let me think about that for a second. Yes and no. Like I watched a couple VTubers, and mostly it was corpos and things like that. And I said, "Huh, that's pretty interesting." And I couldn't really. I found like one or two indies at first, and then I started VTubing myself. So I didn't watch too many. I think I watched like it was a couple corpos, and then I was like, I can do this.
Mm-hmm. Kind of just got the fight in you where you saw just how easy it could be. This whole
Oh, oh yeah, so simple.
you just gotta play games while talking over them. Oh, it's so
Oh
easy.
yeah.
Anybody could do
So it's
that.
so simple, and then I'll make billions of dollars. That's exactly how this is gonna turn
Gonna
out.
quit my day job, and I'm gonna be so famous. Yeah, no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, no.
I was I mean, you always people always talk about, oh, making it. You'll never make it. You'll make well, what the fuck does that mean?
Right.
No one seems to be able to give me a concrete answer on what that means. So
The strongest definition I've got is
Mhm.
essentially being able to live off of it. But it's
Mhm.
like, what do you even mean by living off of it? Like,
Mhm.
how do I say this? So like, is living off of it being able to live paycheck to paycheck and like grinding out, basically turning into a full-time job, 40 hours of content
Mhm.
creation and editing and meetings and stuff? Is it having that supplement a part-time job? I think the financial aspect is like the most tied in part to the making it definition,
I think you're right. I think you're right.
but even then, there's some people who say like, oh, I don't care about the necessarily the money. It's if I could just get 1,000 viewers, that would, I would just consider that I've made it. If I could be featured on so and so's, show or segment or whatever, that's making it. If I could collab with such and such big stream, it's everyone's got their own definition, of course. So it's such a silly thing to aspire for of making it like you said. What does it even mean? It's
Yeah, you
so
have to make
arbitrary.
your own goals. Yeah, it's very arbitrary if you go by somebody else's definition. So you have to ask yourself when you do this, what am I doing it for? Why do I want to do it? And if you have a very specific goal, that's cool, that's fine, but you know, don't don't go in thinking that, oh, I have to meet these X, Y, and Z requirements from the ambiguous they tell me I need to meet in order to quote unquote make it. I might my image might freak out right now. Hold on.
I am prepared for the freaking out. Oh,
That makes it a little better. How do I do this? There's got to be a
now
better way to do this. Let's see here. That's preview
it's
scaling.
I think this means I need to fix the cropping,
No, no, you
probably.
don't. No, you don't. I'll fix it again right now. Hold on. No, now I'm just in a canvas view. Let me do this. I'll just scale them back to the window. There, that'll be fine. That'll be just fine. Now I'm
I think it looks
now
better-ish.
a little bit, a
Kind
little
of
bit. I
fate.
moved it to the bigger monitor,
You've kind of
so
become like a fifth dimensional being that's only partially in our reality, though. Like I can only see part of you at any one time, but
you should crop me a little bit more so Max can be here because Max will complain if he can't see himself on the VOD later.
One moment. Toppy. There it
Yes, my
is.
love. Yes, my little love. Yes, you're so handsome. I know.
We're
Yes.
so accommodating here on the Charlie Drexperience.
Don't be too accommodating. He's a brat.
Raid
Hey, raid from
Oh,
Kankuro.
raid, my bad.
Welcome in, Kankuro. You came just in time for the hottest take question that I can possibly ask my guests. Are you ready, Abby?
I'm so ready. I was born ready.
Who's your Oshi?
Oh, that's a hard one. I've never had to think about that before. Oh man, whoever could it be?
Yeah.
Wait, I need to know. Do you actually know or not?
Ame. Amelia
Yes.
Watson.
Yes, the wonderful Miss Amelia Watson, my dearest Oshi. I kneel to the House of Watson now and forever.
Now, I do have to ask.
What?
Can you expound upon that? Is it personality? Is it what she content creation, or like what kind of content she makes? Is it like, stuff outside of that? I have my theories, but
it's a combination of pretty much everything. She was also one of the people that I watched and made me realize, like, oh wait, I could do this. I can do all these things too, and so she was the real kind of light bulb moment when I was like, huh. But I remember I watched all the debuts, and I watched hers, and I remember at first people were like, oh my goodness, this debut is so cringy, this debut is blah blah blah, and I'm sitting there laughing my ass off because the whole thing is, I don't know if you've ever seen her debut.
right, yeah, I was there. It was the fever dream.
It's great. It's fucking hilarious. I was just dying the entire time. And then I would watch her on and off, but I remember it was like her first outfit reveal she had, and it was actually a couple things, because she had a sort of, I don't know, she didn't call it a date night stream. What does she call it? I forget. But pretty much she took the viewer to one of those source games that is just like a Chuck E. Cheese, and it was kind of like an RP kind of stream, but it was a little funny. And then she did and then during her first outfit reveal, she had a game for revealing her outfit. And the more I watched her, the more I was like, oh, it doesn't have to just be playing video games and, being an idol. There's room for a lot of creativity. And that's when I realized, I was like, oh, well, maybe this is for me. But it was a combination of her creativity, her personality, and her drive and tenacity that made me go, yeah, Ame, yeah, Ame's the best.
That is a solid answer. Do you have any indie Oshis?
Indie Oshis, golly.
Let's say
Anybody that
two-view Oshis.
A two-view Oshi. I couldn't. Now you're putting me in hot water, because now there's a bunch of people that I could name and a bunch of people I couldn't name. But there's a lot of people I really like. Let me just look at my friends list here. I really like Hyung, and I wish she would stream more. I miss her. I know she's up to stuff. But Hyung,
blue.
Hyung, my dear clown, please come back. I like Bunny a lot. Bunny's great. Also I like Mumkey. Mumkey's real fun. Haunt. I really like watching Haunt stream because just hearing him get mad about stuff's pretty funny. Who else is through here? Who's live right now? Let me see. My friend Odette's pretty fun, but she doesn't stream as often as she used to right now. And then, oh, of course, my dear sweet Mazka Trano. How could I forget? My dear sweet pal.
That was like, how's Maz like number one? Like, come on now.
He was gone for a minute, so I was just like, where is he? He hasn't called me. Why is he not returning my calls? I'm getting scared. I was waiting by the phone every night. It was getting dark. It was getting scary. So I think my mind moved into the bottom of the list to prevent psychic damage.
Oof. And of course, you've got, your favorite demon-infused music producer VTuber, I'm sure.
Of course, Mr. Charlie Drex. How could I forget? It's funny you say that, because I've been wanting to ask you, like, what you are.
That's my intro spiel. It's a demon-infused music producer VTuber.
I didn't hear it because I had the stream muted, because I was well, I had everything muted.
Excuses.
A little bit.
Well, that's fine. This is fine. I'll forgive you just this once.
Oh, thank you. Thank Christ. Well, that also explains a lot, because I do like your outfit and stuff, and sometimes I like a design that's just dude. It's like, I am dude.
Right, yeah, I'm just a guy. I have kind of a little bit of a what's the word? Some drip going on, as the kids may say. But
It looks nice. I do like your design. The white is very, very fetching upon you. I don't
yeah,
see too much white
I look
on
like I'm
VTubers.
a waiter at a fancy party or something.
I always thought you looked more like a fancy magician, kind of like a what the hell were those fellers with the lions? Who were they again?
Drug dealers?
No, no, they were famous. They were
Oh,
famous
the other kinds of
magicians.
lines.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
the other kinds with the snow leopards and stuff. They weren't leopards; they were lions or
Yeah,
tigers. It was tigers,
ringmaster.
tigers. Yeah, what the hell were their names?
Animal tamers?
No, they had like a
R-
show in Vegas for years, for
oh,
like decades.
not. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, it's right there on the tip of my tongue.
Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah, Siegfried and Roy. There we go.
Okay, well, I guess I'll take it. I don't think I've ever been compared to.
You have just a touch of flamboyance about you, and then that with your outfit.
Stop.
It's true, Oomphy. It's so true.
No, stop. I don't have any, like, fabulousness about me at all. You need to stop right now before I, like, cancel this show.
I'm gonna cancel you. You keep talking to me like that, Goth.
I am writing a twit longer right now.
Oh my god.
You are so finished. I
I'm
swear to
done.
God, you're done.
I'm
No,
gonna
you're
be back,
done. Exactly, you're done.
well, I brought receipts that say that you're done. So pack up your tea, sister, because these receipts are definitely receipts, and when these receipts get to those recipients, you're done. It's over. It's more over than it's ever been. It's more over than ever thought possible.
Haven't the receipts already been gotten to the recipients? Because then they wouldn't be receipts. They'd be, like, not yet receipts.
They'd be bills.
I
have the
would be,
bills,
wouldn't they, huh?
and it's your turn to pay.
This is turning into, like, a bunch of really bad metaphors and idioms, and we're getting off track. I mean,
Sinforma, that's another Chuba I like.
Yeah,
he's a funny little Janny.
He's a cool guy. The Risk of Rain 2 custodian.
Oh
VTuber.
yeah, the Risk of Rain tuber.
You know, not that I haven't been doing that for like 80% of my content for the past couple weeks, but you know, it's a big game. Lots of people can play it.
Some people play it. It's all right. I mean, there can be two rain tubers. I mean, it's not fun to have your entire career defined by a single game that you played for several months at a time religiously. I mean, that'd be weird. But
all right, so now that we're gonna stop dropping their what's the expression? Throwing the tea, dropping the tea, sipping the tea,
drinking the tea, pissing the tea. I don't know.
I'd rather not. What is your favorite kind of streamer?
I love streamers that just get fucking weird. Like I really like creative streamers. I mean, it depends on my mood, but if you want to talk about like what is the thing that makes me go it's definitely sort of the creative streamers. So people who it's like, we're gonna clean up your room on this stream, or it's a manicure stream, or like we need to clean out your like POV. You're at the dentist and I'm cleaning your mouth out, like shit like that. I think is lends itself well to comedy.
Just the sort of off the wall, totally random lol XD humor. I mean, I can dig it too. I'm not like
maybe not like lol random XD humor, but like just weird situations and people making use of the medium and doing that in an interesting way. You know, sometimes you just want a steak. You know, sometimes you just want a regular old art or video game stream, but when you have somebody who is doing something a little bit different, that definitely makes my ears perk.
That works for me. I can dig it. It's definitely good. There's so many of us. I say us because I'm very much one of them. I play games. That's all I really do on my streams. And I mean, obviously I'm not like selling myself short, but I definitely can understand, like, you know, you gotta make your mark. You gotta find something that makes you special, makes you stand out, makes you be more than just two-view video game bro tuber.
Two-view Valorant player number 8658232.
How'd you know my special secret number?
I know a lot about you, Charles.
Oh dear. That's not foreboding at all.
I'm a big fan of your chew.
I'm sorry, my what?
You've never had Charleston chew?
Oh, no.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. It's decent. I'm actually not that big of a fan. I lied.
I don't. You got it. You had me in the first half. Not gonna lie. The turntables have. Do you want to be in a corporation someday? That's the next question.
Yeah, I would take it. I mean, I could be a little modest about it and be like, oh, I don't know, I'd have to think about it. But I'd be looking like a bit of a hypocrite, especially to you and probably most of the audience who has seen me just be like, yeah, I would if somebody offered me, well, if a specific place offered me a contract, yes, I would be gone like a thief in the night. But it would not be without a very heavy heart.
You build up a community, however small, however meager, and you can send them to your next personality, but then you have to worry that they're not gonna like freak out and do the thing where they don't talk about the secret knowledge, guys, the forbidden knowledge.
This is exactly why I'm very careful with everything I do. People only know what I want them to know.
Well, besides being in a corporation, let's say not being, you can't be in your ideal corporation. I won't even ask which one because I'm pretty sure I know already. But let's say you can't make it into corporation. Let's say though that you got a special, I don't know, birthday present that you can collaborate with anyone who is a streamer at all. With whom would you wish to collaborate? And this can include flesh streamers.
Anybody at all.
Anybody.
Anybody at all.
What's up, guys? This is Moist Critical.
I'm not like, and I'm not saying I don't like Critical. I'm just not like a huge fan of Critical. Like, I just don't really watch his content. Let's see here. You say that, QB, but I don't know. Sometimes meeting your heroes isn't the best thing for you. And also I'm not like jumping at the bit to collab with my Oshi because it has to be for a good reason. It has to be like it has to be for the betterment of the medium and all that stuff. That's just me being a hoity-toity artist. But anybody, gosh, because now when you say anybody, well, gosh, I got to think about that.
Hey, it's Michael. Vsauce here.
I would. He's gonna pop up in my stream.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here. That's what he says.
He's gonna pop up in my stream and he's gonna start talking about how, like, the chlorophyll on my scales is inside of. If you put it end to end, it would be really long, and then that'll somehow lead into a book he's selling or something. I like Michael. Michael's cool. Michael and Vsauce, that is. Abby Nostalgic Critic collab. Honestly, if Doug Walker wanted to collab, I would not say no. I don't think I could, but as far, because I have to think about like all the internet people that I think are real neat. Probably Zach Hadel or Mr. Tomar. That'd be pretty cool. I said that on John the other week when I was there with Mumkey, but I think either of those two would be pretty fun. Immediately, put a gun to my head and make me answer right now this very second. Either Zach Hadel or Mr. Tomar would be pretty neat.
I am not going to lie to you. I'm not familiar with either of those creators. Short overview.
Have you seen Smiling Friends?
No, I don't think so.
Have you ever watched Oni Plays?
Yes.
Yes, so Zach is one of Chris's friends, and he's on there pretty often. So is Tomar. They usually bully Tomar. Tomar's a very good straight man to that group of people.
And you would no doubt insert yourself as yet another of a wide array of funny men.
I mean, it would depend. It would depend on a lot of things. Some things that I'm not gonna say on stream, but
That's fair. That's fair.
It would depend on several things. I don't know if I'd want to like. I would feel weird. I don't want to like wedge myself into that group. I just mean like being able to talk one on one with a specific person.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I need to
I
like.
don't want to. I don't want to mess with the good thing. I don't want to mess with their chemistry because what they're doing is fine. They don't need me in there.
I feel like I need to rework that question in general. It needs to be more like, who would you want to meet? Because like at this point, it's like the collab thing. It's like you said. Because I agree with what you said. Where like using Abby or not Abby, you're Abby, Ame as an
That's me.
example. It's like her content is special or whatever. It's it's because she's creating it, and
Exactly.
like it's Ame content. It's not Ame and someone else.
Exactly. Exactly. Which is why a collab, like a proper collab, and I mean, if you're just playing a video game, that's fine. But if you want a particularly special collab, it's got to be for a good reason, and it's got to be uh, like two people that mesh really well. Like, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but back in April, I had an April Fool's stream with Mazo, and it was very good and it was very funny, if I do say so myself. And I don't think it would have been as funny if I had just about anybody else. Um, so it was the whole collab was for a good reason when we came together, and it was that stream would not have been the same if it was just one person. So that's what I mean.
The sum was greater than the whole. The whole
The
sum was
the whole sum
the
was sum
parts.
of the whole.
The parts of the turntables.
The whole was the sum, and Juliet is the east, and
A doctor a day keeps the bird in the bush. Something like that. I'm pretty sure I got it mostly right.
yeah, that sounds about right. It's a dog world out there.
Don't throw glass stones in battleships.
For all
Okay.
intents and purposes. Oh wait, no, I said that one correctly. Quick, move on.
Yeah, these expressions are a dime a dozen. All right, well, we can move right along. Somehow we got through the VTuber section. We're into the anime section. Sugoi desune.
Sugoi. Oh.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with the most loaded question. What
I'm
is
so ready.
your favorite anime and or franchise?
I don't watch anime.
Bullshit.
Anime sucks. Anime's for losers.
Okay, I'm not an
What would you do
anime
if I
character on the internet or anything.
What would you do if I just stonewalled you on that question? I'd just be like, anime's for losers, and just sat here in silence.
My favorite anime is Family Guy.
I mean, Family Guy is anime is short for animated, so we should be able to discuss
Don't
Family
you
Guy.
start. No. We're not doing that. You know better. I know better. The audience knows better.
Do they? Who in here doesn't want to talk about Family Guy? Show of hands. Come on now.
The audience participation is unnecessary. This is the Charlie Drexperience, not the Abby Cabby ride.
Abby Cabby ride.
I don't know.
Corey in the house is better. Get that dog out of here. That dog didn't come in here with me. Get that dog out of here. Throw that dog outside.
Oh, I'm sorry. I lost my hands.
It's all right. I'll vote for you. Calamity says yes.
No. You can't. Okay.
You think that's bad? You should have been there when I was on the Charlie Drexperience.
Seinfeld, the godfather of anime. Only Nothing Forever. only the AI generated one.
It really is a show about nothing. But to answer your question, can you repeat it one more time?
And now that we've gone so far away from where we started, what is your favorite anime and or franchise if you can't narrow it down that far?
Well, let's see here. If I had to name a single anime that I really enjoyed very recently, it'd be Odd Taxi. It was very, very good, and I was thoroughly pleased with it. If we have to name like a franchise, like a bigger franchise, I'm quite fond of JoJo, and I'm watching a couple things right now. I don't know if I want to say them out loud because I don't want anybody to spoil anything because I'm near the end on both of them, and they're both pretty story heavy.
Fair enough. Well, maybe these are under them, but what's your favorite genre? of anime.
That's a good one. I like a lot of sort of slice of life stuff and things that are suspenseful. It's like if it's just well written, typically I like it. So I'm not going to be like, oh, I prefer fantasy or I prefer sci-fi. It's
Mm.
like, you know, I watch something, and if the characters are strong and the characters are interesting, I'm probably down for it. Um, but molding through my head everything that I've really enjoyed the last couple of years, it's probably going to come up to like slice of life and mystery suspense.
Definitely a far cry from the mecha and the shonen and the all
True,
the
and
action.
I do like that stuff. I just don't watch it as often as I watch something like look, I've you come home from a long day of work, and what do I want to watch? People talk about war and beating each other up in their giant Gundams and all that other stuff, or do I want to hear Moogie talk about how she's gonna make me a cup of tea, or do I want to sit down and watch some girls just camp out in the middle of the beautiful Japanese wilderness?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can feel that. I can vibe with that. I definitely
Yeah.
in my advanced lifeness, I've definitely stopped watching as much of like the action anime, the exciting anime. I still like them,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
definitely a lot easy. It's like weird because they're like advertised as or like they have a perception of being like, oh, this is a show for kiddies. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
it's just it's just a bunch of like high schoolers doing. It's like nostalgia, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
wishing you could go back to that time where the only thing you had to care about was your exam scores and who got in a
Mm-hmm.
fight with
Especially in
who,
K-On! Especially in K-On! Oh my goodness.
and that
The
has
worst.
music.
Yes, and that has music too. That's probably another reason why I was really fond of Bocchi the Rock this past year. I actually finished rewatching that the other week.
Hmm.
I might pick up the manga, but I typically watch stuff because uh, I need something to do while I'm eating dinner, and it's just a good time to do that. And it's a good time to just sit back and not do anything else.
Sure,
Have
sure.
you have you ever watched K-On! Or what's your favorite anime? What's your favorite genre?
Are you cheating and going to the question section before it's time for you to get to ask
I
questions at the end of the
I
stream?
haven't I have not opened up our conversation this entire time. I see that I have
Well,
3 messages on
I
Discord.
I haven't sent you anything. I haven't sent you the script
Oh,
yet, but it's we have a fine. No, it's fine. Whatever. The script is just a suggestion anyway. Um, so did watch K-On, but this would have been years and years ago. So
would have been a while ago now.
don't ask me to remember anything specific about it.
Mhm.
But in general, I'm giving you this freebie because I like you just that much.
Oh,
You get a free question before I've even
ooh,
finished asking you your questions. And I'm just
lucky you.
stalling to answer that my favorite genre of anime is probably one or the other of like Sentai or Maho Shoujo. Like something to do with people transforming into stronger people with like
I can dig
superpowers
it.
and stuff.
That's
Um,
pretty cool.
Mecha is also involved in that. So if it's say transforming into mecha combat suits, even better. And if they transform into mecha combat suits and they get stronger by singing harder, that's like the ideal anime for me. If only there was such an anime that does exactly that,
If only.
where the characters are a bunch of teenage girls who are all who sing idol songs to power up their magical cyber armor to fight enemies. Man, what a specific and oddly specific, I said specific twice, concept. Anyways,
It's a shame they never made anything like that.
such a shame.
Money on the
Unfortunately,
table.
at some point we'll get like Sailor Moon X, the far future version where it's like all cyberpunk, and they'll like moon power fucking like the I'm trying to think of like a good word, like some techie word. Think of like a techie word
Yeah.
that they say for their transformation, like moon power hack
Moon
up.
power connect.
Yeah, there you go, moon power connect, and they like turn into like cyber scouts
Oh,
instead of sailor scouts. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
it'll be like Mega Man Battle Network, where they'll be like moon power jack in.
That actually sounds kind of awesome.
That's what they say in Battle Network. They go character name jack in, and then they like plug into the internet. And
I'm sure
then
that hasn't been exploited by cutting off a syllable of it at all.
nope, not once. You would
Never.
think, but not once.
Oh, there's a YouTube poop out there somewhere. You just know it.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Well, what is the most recent anime that you finished?
That I finished. Probably Bochi for the second time. But the newest one that I finished, like one that I've never seen before that I finished.
Hmm.
Couldn't tell you.
Just
'Cause,
that
let's see here.
many, or just like it's few and far between?
It's kind of few and far between because I'll sit and I'll watch like a bigger series. Like I'll watch like single episodes of a slice of life here and there.
Hmm.
Like the last one that I remember finishing, this was a while ago too, would have been Kids on the Slope. And that would have been at least like a year and a half ago minimum. Which is just a coming of age anime. I rewatched Furikuri fairly recently. Furikuri is actually one of my favorite animes ever. Period.
It's with how you feel about like eclectic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine, yeah, it's probably right. Like, would you say that you're into that sort of like artsy, sort of not artsy, but like aesthetically stunning anime? Things that are
Yes,
more than just, action
than
and
just
stuff.
your standard. Yeah, definitely. I really enjoy watching like animation, not necessarily like the whole thing, but I like looking at shots and being like, oh, that was an interesting way to do that, or like, oh man, if you pause it right here, you could see that just shit like that, like examining a scene or something like that,
Mhm.
or just I'm like, wow, this whole sequence was really well done, or this one sequence is really different from the other ones. I wonder why that is, and just a whole art direction. I enjoy specific and interesting art direction.
You're one of those kinds of people like frame by frames it to look for the impact frames where it's like, the reverse color and the all black and white. When
Sometimes,
something
then other
explodes.
times, like in Furikuri, there's frames that they sneak in there that you can't see unless you pause the damn thing. There's like whole like very important shots. You look at it and you're like, oh, that's what's happening. Uh-oh.
What's that? Oh.
I think my phone is getting too warm here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I watched my tracking. My little Mr. Face here has frozen himself. So let me go ahead and fix something here.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Uh-oh, stinky.
We still got the ping as a backup. Just
Fine,
letting you
yeah,
know. That's an option.
Hold on. It is an option, but hold on. I can fix this. I can do it.
3
Oh,
hours
crashed.
later.
Oh, did it work? I think it fixed itself.
No, now just your mouth is moving. Which,
just
while I'm
my mouth.
using, probably isn't quite what you were going for.
No, not quite. This has turned into a wonderful a little bit. Let me just make myself disappear here for a second.
And look, hey everybody, it's Abby. It's just like she was before. It's like nothing
Put me back.
changed.
I broke free of the bonds of PNG. I spent good money on that model.
Well, I'll have you know that window has priority in OBS, so it's all on you. It's on you to get it back up and running.
I'm back now.
Ah, there you are.
Let me zoom in a little bit here. Let me get a little closer here. Let me readjust myself. There we go.
Now this is the kind of quality guest appearance. Wait, what do I have grabbed here? There we go. All
Every
right,
time I'm
we're just gonna
looking
do
at the stream, and
this.
I'm just thinking of the nerd bit where he's like 32 bits.
No, we're just gonna do this.
Don't spin me. Don't put me upside down.
No, you're not
Don't
gonna
put
be
me up on
upside
the
down.
wall. Don't put me on the wall.
Now you look like one of
So-
those enemies from Dead Space. The things that like are on the walls, like
Step
launch.
bro, help! I'm stuck off the side of the stream.
Ooh, woo. Okay, fine. I'll fix you.
Oh,
Okay.
I know. Stronger vets than you couldn't.
Anything you're looking forward to watching that, like you haven't? Oh, wait, is that me or you? Anyway, blah blah blah. What was the
Oh, that's
question?
me.
Anything? Yeah, that hasn't come. Wait, that hasn't come out yet.
It hasn't come out yet.
Like new seasons of stuff, or the anime adaptation finally of something or other.
Well, what's it called Zombie 101 or whatever? That's coming out. I've heard that's pretty good. I know that's come out, but I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. I'll probably watch a couple episodes of that. I'm looking forward to. Is there a game coming out or anything I'm interested in? Let's see here. Oh, I'm looking forward to the remake of Mario RPG. I'm pretty stoked about that. I played
Yeah,
the shit out of that when that comes out.
that I think was probably with so many other people of that. I mean, it was a retro console for me. I didn't grow up with it or anything, but theoretically, my first JRPG experience.
Excuse me, as I age into dust.
Actually, I think you could argue probably that Final Fantasy Mystic Quest might have technically been my first JRPG, but that game is
That'd be a tough argument.
I mean, I mean only in the sense that I know that it's like really pushes the bounds of what JRPG is defined as, but it's like those sorts of games like kind of mesh together, but like obviously Mario RPG far more memorable.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I remember I had that when I was quite young, and I played it. And I remember certain points be like, "How are you supposed to beat this? This is impossible." Nowadays, I'm like, "This is Babby's first RPG. How does anybody have a hard time with this game?"
Well, maybe in the remake they'll add like a expert mode or something.
Hey, pretty neat. Be down for that.
I'm looking forward to it too. I will share your sentiments on that. Okay, let's see here. I think that... Oh, final question in the anime world. Are there any past series that you want to watch but haven't gotten to?
Let's see. I need to finish Steins Gate. I think that's the biggest one. I have a pretty big backlog. I'm kind of carving my way through it, but I'd like to go back and finish Non Biori. I watched a lot of Non Biori. It's not really a story-driven anime in any way, shape, or form, but you know, it's comfy slice of life stuff that I just haven't finished. Older mech anime I'd like to go back to. Like I have a buddy who's watching what the hell is it called? Gao Gaigar, and he's really enjoying that. The other week I had a shitty week, so I came home. I made myself a really heavy cocktail. Uh-oh.
Don't worry about it. Just keep talking.
Oh, okay.
You'll be back
I
momentarily.
made myself a really heavy cocktail, and then I said, you know what? Fuck it. Put on Gunbuster. Put that shit up on the screen.
Gunbuster, Diebuster. There's actually Oh, I might be screwing this up, but like they did a spin-off called Dual Parallel Trouble Adventure. And it was like it was like one of those not parodies, but like what's the word for it? Like not deconstruction. Yeah, it was like kind of mocking mecha anime. So it was like there was a character as a Ray XP, and it like had the same, like the main mech was the same one as one of the ones from the Buster anime. It was like it was supposed to be set in the same universe, but not really. It was like an alternate dimension or what. Anyway, but that was. Have you ever, or do you like remember ever have this experience where like watching anime, not on Toonami or something, but like like the 20th extra package movie channel that plays a bunch of like old 80s and 90s movies, and then in the middle of the night they play anime.
I was aware of such things, but I never really had that sort of thing because my family was like, "We're not paying for the premium channel."
Mm-hmm. I
Like,
think it
it's
was
not
like
gonna happen.
I'm not like I don't think it's like necessarily Flex. It was like I think Showtime specifically.
Mhm.
There was like they had like or no Star. No, they didn't have
It was
stars.
Stars. I want to say Stars. I want to say Stars and like HBO or something.
It was like there's a channel called like Action.
Hmm.
Just Action. I remember it was 343 and it was Dish Network. So if anyone can like anyone that can identify what channel that would have been, like the Action channel, if it was like a Stars thing or Showtime thing or what. But anyway, yeah, so like those sorts of just that was my first exposure to anime, and they would play some like really fucked up shit.
Yeah, that's where the Battle Angel would play and stuff like that, or that might have been on Sci-Fi
I
later.
I don't know if I ever saw Battle Angel, but I saw Bubblegum Crisis
Oh,
on that.
jeez.
But the newer one, the 2038 or whatever. So the one that's even
Mm,
more fucked up.
yeah.
Um, there was
Christ
that.
Almighty.
Duel was on there. I want to say Vandred was on there. Another like weird XP mecha show. So it's just like they would.
This would have been like, this isn't your dad's cartoons. This is anime, and just yeah.
These aren't your dad's puns. These are energy puns. Turbo puns. Blast from the past. Old men.
Well, there was back when they would there's been some commercials floating around of when they would advertise anime on a VHS, and so it wasn't really on too many channels. And so what they would do is they would say, "Oh, if you order this VHS, it'll have several episodes of several different anime on it." And the way that they advertised it was that like, "Oh, these aren't your dad's Looney Tunes. This is anime from Japan," and they would show like snippets of people like getting shot. And because I mean, in the West, when there's a cartoon, people tend to associate it with something more juvenile.
Right.
uh, and so they were showing like, no, this isn't for kids, it's for you, the adults, with the money. Give us money for the VHS,
Right.
please.
Because at that point they still had to break through and introduce the concept to us.
Very, very early in for anime in the West.
So, are you ready for the lightning round?
I suppose. I guess I made it this far.
All right, the first answer that comes to mind for all of these questions. Are you ready? All right, we're going, whether you're ready or not. Favorite type of alcohol?
Bourbon.
Longest you've ever gone without sleep? Rough estimate.
36 hours.
Favorite color?
Orange. Specifically a fluorescent orange.
Fluorescent. Not neon, not pastel. Fluorescent.
Like a neon, a slightly brighter. Like if you ever get like a creamsicle, that kind of orange.
Like road safety jacket orange?
No, not road safety jacket. Like, you ever had like a creamsicle or like a 50-50 bar or like a orange popsicle?
You're just saying words now. I don't
It's
think
not words. You
those
how have
aren't
you never had
words.
an orange
All right, you
popsicle?
heard it here. Popsicle isn't a word, everybody.
I don't speak words, all right? I speak American.
True. USA.
So true.
Have you played any gotcha? And or which one
Fuck
is
no.
Okay, well.
Wait, hold on. Now, does that mean like
Even
I
if
played a
you've
game
never
on my
whaled.
phone and got a PNG, or
Even if you've never whaled, never spent money.
I've played Gachapon, like I've put money in a machine and gotten a little figure, but I've never played like Genshin Impact, or I've
Okay,
never given money to get a JPEG.
All right, well, Mr. Oh, I'm so much more powerful than you are, and self-control
Yes.
over here. What's your favorite animal? Order crocodilia is prohibited.
Awesome.
Okay, damn. I should have seen
North
that one
America's
coming.
only marsupial.
And pineapple on pizza, based or cringe?
I mean, I'm not a picky eater. I'll eat it, but I'm not gonna order it.
That's a fair point. That isn't too much of a cop-out. That at least you
I'm not gonna jump for it. But if somebody's like, I ordered pizza, and I'd be like, sweet, do I have to pay? Nah. I'm like, all right. Oh, it's got pineapple. That's fine, I guess.
That's fair. Better than like, Oh, I don't care if anybody likes pineapple on pizza. No, we're asking about you, not
Yeah.
your selflessness and your ability to accept other people eating pineapple on pizza. All right, lightning
If I
rounds
was the
over.
one ordering the pizza, not it wouldn't be on there.
Well, that's good.
I like cold pineapple.
This is based and not
Oh.
cringe.
Mm-hmm. Pineapple
Finally,
on where it's at.
the final stop on the Charlie Drexperience World Tour is Video Game World. What is your favorite franchise or intellectual property?
Well, I like Noida. I wouldn't want to live there, but I
Mm,
like Noida. As some, I know this might come as a shock to some people, but I'm very much into this indie darling. It's a roguelike title from Swedish developers and producer of Baba Is You. You might have heard of it in the dark corners of the internet. It is referred to as Noida.
that's
I'm quite into that. I've never really spoken about that before, but I'm glad you've given me a space to break the silence on that burning
mhm,
topic.
mhm. The very very unheard of game that is very underground and nobody's ever heard of it before. Absolutely.
Correct.
We're very uh, open about providing opportunities like that here on the Charlie J Experience. I'm glad that we could facilitate that for you.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm also fond of Katamari. I rather like Katamari. I'm rather fond of Undertale. I like Undertale.
Mm.
Um, I like I like Mario. I like Mother. I like Metroid. Uh there you go. I'll start rambling, but there you
Just,
go.
just list pretty much every franchise ever made.
Yeah, just let me list everything so nobody can get mad about my taste.
Somebody will, you'll miss something.
Of course.
You didn't say Tetris. Oh, what a loser.
You didn't say contact for the DS, loser.
Do you have a favorite genre?
A video game?
Correct. This is all video game questions.
Roguelike.
Mm. Any particular delineation of roguelike?
I mean, there's like rogue light and things like that. Nowadays roguelites likes can have a proper story with them and things like that. So, um, I like stuff that's still story driven. So I enjoyed Enter the Gungeon quite a bit. So that was pretty fun. But honestly, roguelikes like Noida. I like a roguelike that's just mean. I like a roguelike that I have like a toxic relationship with. Just to feel something.
You're a very interesting person, I must say.
Why would you say that? Why do you
Um,
say it like that?
I feel no need to elaborate.
It's
You
fair.
know. You know. Is there a particular game or genre or type of video game that you wish you could get into, but you find that you just don't have the time for, or the patience, or the intellectual capacity? And to
Uh,
throw you a bone, when I say intellectual capacity, for me, yes, Factorio is like an example of that. Like I'm too dumb for
oh,
Factorio,
that,
so
that's
like,
that's big brain shit. There's too much
yeah.
stuff going on in Factoria. I'm just like, brain hurt looking at this.
Mm.
Uh, Toho,
Toho.
can into bullet hells.
Yeah, I
Which
can see that. It's like, the fandom. Everybody knows the fandom. Everybody knows the fan art, the fan
love the
music.
music. Love the music.
But that's just like the actual gameplay is just. I mean, nothing wrong with it, but it's a 2D. Most of the or like, correct me if I'm wrong. The entire main line of the series is just a top-down vertical scrolling shooter, right?
That's to my understanding that is what it is, and it seems to be the plot is summarized as uh I'm gonna go from point A to point B. Oh no, person is stopping me. Move. No. All right, we will now fight.
Mm.
And a lot of really good designs, and a lot of really really good music. I definitely respect people who are very into Toho, but I just can't into the gameplay.
Fair enough. That's a good solid answer. And we'll have to leave off with that answer because that was the final question that I had for you.
Oh well.
That's how was the experience? The Drexperience. Was it
I
everything
mean,
you hoped it would be?
I feel very dricked.
That's not a thing. You're not gonna make it.
I have been chucked, and
Nope, still not a thing. But you know what? Look, I'll throw you a bone here.
oh boy, another one. I've got about 3 at this point.
Well, speaking of 3, you can have any 3 of these questions. 4, 3, 4, 3.
Stand back. I'm gonna Drex. Oh, dude, that's my favorite part of any of Charlie's streams is when he's like, "That's it, I'm Drexing out," and he turns into like a T-Rex. Oh, that shit's cash.
I've never said that before. I know.
Goodness, it's so good. He's such a kidder. He doesn't remember when he does it.
Let me see.
It's really like the best moments.
Stand back. I'm gonna Drex.
See, that was pretty good. It's not as good. Like normally, it's after you've had like a lot of alcohol.
No, you cannot gaslight me. I did not ever say.
Fun Charlie comes out.
I never said.
Fun Charlie.
I never said anything about Drexing or being Drexed or Drex.
Drink this handle of your favorite vodka, Flesh and Mirror, whatever the fuck it was called. Here, I know you love that shit.
It was Fleshman's, and it was not my favorite.
You love it so much you could correct me.
You corrected me.
I don't know. Fleshman's, then you said it was Fleshman's.
Well, fuck, whatever. It's the cheapo like bottom shelf vodka that you buy when you're too poor to afford anything else.
I've been you.
And then local grocery store had a sale. I got a handle of Absolute for like $20. So
it's not a terrible deal. Absolute is decent. It's pretty all right. I take it to a party.
I mean, I just mix it with OJ, so you know.
Pretty good too.
It all goes down the pipe one way or another, but it's like slightly less oily and bitter tasting than the shitty bottom shelf stuff, so it's all groovy.
It's true. If you ever in need of a bottom shelf vodka, you should look for your friend Popov. He got me through some very destitute times in my youth, so he's gonna be at the bottom shelf, and he's gonna cost no more than $13 for a handle because, when I was buying it, it was like much cheaper, but I'm just guessing with inflation, and depending on where you live, it might be like $14 for a handle.
Damn the government making it more expensive to drink our sorrows away. I mean, not that that's a thing that you should do, and I do not condone at all.
I mean,
like unironically, don't
you shouldn't do it so much to the point where you're reliant on it.
Yeah. Do it responsibly. Do it in a safe manner. You know, you can have fun with it, but just make sure that you're not like Abby just said, don't rely on it. Don't make it a
and oomfies don't let oomfies drink and drive.
This is true. This is very true. Okay, so 3 questions, maybe 4. We'll say 3. 3 questions, and we'll see how I feel, or the time goes. Any 3 questions, you can ask me.
That you've asked me. Or
correct.
Just in general.
No. Of the ones I asked you, it's a give and take here on the Drexperience.
Right. All right, here. I'm gonna ask this one. Do you like bone marrow?
What?
Do you like bone marrow?
Have you
ever grabbed like a person or like a chicken on your property and just, bit into the bones?
That's
kind of had the marrow.
Did I ask you Did I ask you that question? I don't remember asking you that question.
I think you did, Chad. He asked me that question, right? I remember very vividly.
No, there was no bone marrow mentioned.
You were insistent on my bone marrow status. You were very insistent on knowing where I was on that issue. Sin agrees with me, and Sin would never lie because Sin's a Janny, and Jannies are very trustworthy.
I suppose.
That was the first question. See?
Damn. Okay, well, I have never partaken of bone marrow, unfortunately.
Yeah, me neither. It's a little weird. It has like a weird jelly consistency. I heard you're supposed to put it on toast or something.
That sounds... I don't know why I said Australian or thought Australian. I think I'm thinking of Marmite.
Yeah, you might be thinking of Marmite. There's a couple cultures that do it. I know in the UK, a bone marrow is a bit of a delicacy. I think it's normally like oxen bone marrow or things like that. And you spread it on toast. It actually looks very buttery. It does look very delicious. I would, you know, I'm down to try anything at least once, but I was just curious if you like bone marrow. That's all.
Or some things like century eggs.
Oh yeah,
There are some
I
things
take
that
that.
I would never try, no matter how. No, no, no. That or durian. No matter how
I
much
would
you try to tell me, oh, you just gotta fight
good.
past the smell. No, nah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It smells like death. Just eat it. Escargot QB, escargot, the reason that the French are able to eat it is because they smother it in butter and garlic. And if you smother anything in that much butter and garlic, you'd be able to eat it too.
True. It's pretty much just like it's kind of like when you go to a county fair and they have deep fried soda, but really it's just
Mm.
batter, basically.
Yeah. Sugar batter and it vaguely tastes of Kool-Aid or
Yeah, yeah.
Pepsi or whatever the hell they just made.
The French eating it
It's
isn't it cannibalism? What? No,
I'll give the French this. What?
the French aren't snails. They're cheese-eating surrender monkeys.
I thought they were frogs.
Oh, yeah. Well, that would be frog legs, though. That would be
Yeah.
cannibalism.
That would be
But I
cannibalism.
think they're into those, too.
Yeah, I think a little bit. I mean, any country that can make, I mean, this might be a broken clock syndrome, but any country that can make a croque de monsieur sandwich, I mean, they got to have something, right? One thing somewhere. Have you ever had a croque de monsieur?
Remind me what's on it, because I might have had it just...
Literally translated, it means Mr. Crunchy, and it's a sandwich that's essentially a ham sandwich that's been fried, deep fried,
I don't
and
think
it's
I
served
have
with
them.
marmalade. It's fucking amazing. Good lord, it is the most decadent, one of the most decadent things I've ever put in my mouth. And they cover it, and they'll sometimes put powdered sugar on it too. Like it's a ham sandwich. God, it's so.
Like, is it a dessert? Is it an entree? The French
It's
sure shit
both.
don't know.
It's both. Somebody said, you know what? You know, I think I'd make a really good breakfast sandwich because you got your savory and your sweet in there, and I
Mhm.
like to do that with my breakfast.
I
But
can
yeah,
see
they
that.
deep fry it in like an egg batter, and then they put a little bit of powdered sugar and they serve it with marmalade or more butter because they're French. And I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, these French got to move to work this stuff off.
Well, it's just a cultural thing or whatever.
You know, this might be weird, a weird question, but do you remember the Simpsons movie, like when that came out?
Never watched it.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too big on it either. I didn't really like care much about the Simpsons by that point in time. Do you remember like the marketing campaign they did for that?
I remember Spider Pig being emphasized a lot because they thought that was
There
the
was
funniest shit.
There was Spider Pig because they thought that was hilarious, but they also turned like a bunch of 7-Elevens into Quickie Marts. And so you would go into a 7-Eleven and they would have like a big Simpsons donut you could buy, but also a suspicious amount like increase of specifically Indian employees. Like I remember my local 7-Eleven, like it normally had a dude who was he was like Middle Eastern, he was cool. But like during when that movie was coming out, like it was just there was like twice as many employees and it was just all Indian people. I was like, huh,
Hmm.
interesting.
And then not to go too deep into that, but wasn't there actually like drama about the voice actor and stuff recently? So like,
That was years later. Yeah, you're right. There were, which
I,
was really weird.
I'm just saying, like, it's funny how they like went from one extreme to the other. Then that
Yeah, that
totally
just showed you how
embracing.
quickly the times change. You know what
Hmm.
was even weirder about the Simpsons movie, and this is something I think about that nobody else really thinks about, and it's really weird no one thinks about it because it's really fucking weird that this happened. But journalists at the time they were talking about how you should totally go see the movie because you get to see Bart's junk in it.
That's not a weird fixation
Yeah,
at all.
really, really strange. And it's like you apparently do because like there's a whole opening sequence where he skates around naked, and they do like the bit where like all the like through perspective like stuff is just hiding his junk and like you can't see
Hmm.
his butt. And then there's one point where everything like the whole screen goes black except for the one part, and it just emphasizes it. And I'm like, this is really weird. This is a little strange.
Oh, not to sound like too much of the stereotypical otaku, but I've given up on Western culture, man. Just Western movies, Western cartoons, Western everything. It's just, I mean, obviously there's diamonds in the rough, but it's
Oh
just
yeah,
so much
I agree
weird
with you.
shit going on. I'm over it, man.
Yeah, just most Western media in general. I'm just like, eh.
Not to say, I'm not like trying to like, make this
Well,
all
you
about
see,
that stuff,
in
but
Japan, the
I
Japan is much more.
you see all kinds of like, like creepers and oh, it turns out that this manga artist was like, had a bunch of bad stuff on his hard drives. Like
Mhm.
it's not I'm not saying like, everyone in Japan's perfect or anything. It's just in general, like it feels like the media tends to
It's.
it stays away.
I agree.
It's like
I
it's
agree.
weird stuff. Like it's weird stuff, but it's like weird in a weird way as opposed to weird in a
Way.
like illegal way.
It's. I think I could summarize it first. The East tends to produce more engaging and interesting content than the West.
This this is
The
fair.
West, the West, I feel like is stuck on repeat with certain types of writing, and I'm very tired of it. And the Marvel Cinematic Universe and its consequences on Western media cannot be understated in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, but don't you want to watch the Moana live action remake that's happening apparently?
I think, I think I'd rather, squint real hard and put a bullet in my brain.
And you could skip at least one of those steps and probably get the same result.
Yeah,
I'm not
probably.
talking
I
about the
think
squinting.
I figured you weren't. I mean, but it's. Did you ever see Freakazoid? You ever watch
Yes.
Freakazoid? So at one point where Freakazoid he gets sentenced to like a certain amount of time in prison or an hour with who they call fanboy,
Mm.
and it's just this fat guy who's just talking about like everything that was wrong. Like he's a nitpicker, and he's like, oh well, in this scene in this Disney movie here, they used white gloves, but clearly if you look at the source material at this point, they should have really been using the red gloves and done it like that kind of feller.
Right, right.
Um, uh, kind of lost my train of thought. What was I talking about 5 seconds ago?
Something about Western media or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Freakazoid.
yeah, this connected to my previous thought, but I lost the previous thought. My gator brain kind of shorted out.
All I remember from Freakazoid was if you mentioned Candlejack, you
Well, everybody, welcome to John with Abby and Max, and I don't really have a guest tonight, but we're here on Charlie Drex's channel. I'm not sure how I got here, but here we are, and oh boy, do we have a
Hey,
show for
you have to
you.
listen to me. I said the name of the guy who's spooky, and he took me away. And you actually have to say the full name. It doesn't work if you just say part of the name. You can't disappear in the middle of
That's the
saying the
best part
name.
of the meme. It's the best part of the meme is when you get somebody to only say half the name, and then people be like, "That's not how it works."
You can't just say Candlejack and in the middle of it, you haven't actually said Candlejack, and then you don't.
Well, anyway, welcome back to John with Abby and Max. From this point onward, I hereby seize ownership of all of Charlie Drex's assets, all of his intellectual property.
Hey, no, we're not gonna do any of
Hey!
that.
Oh my God, he's back! What a Christmas miracle, everybody!
That
Isn't
is
that great?
that is not
Oh, you know what?
happening.
I was keeping all your stuff safe for you. I'm so glad you're back. Here, take it back. All of it.
Absolutely. Thank you for
Please.
giving me back what's mine.
You're very welcome. I'm a very kind individual.
Oh, you're so considerate. I'm so glad to have you as a
I gotta
friend.
think. I gotta look out for my oomfies.
Do you have any more questions for me? Maybe ones I actually asked?
Oh, let me see.
Not that I didn't ask the bone marrow question, of course. Everyone knows
You
that.
did. You
The
did.
first thing I ask people is, do you eat bone marrow?
You know what? I would ask you who your Oshi is, but I have a feeling that I already know who it is. Hold on, let me guess. Yes. Let me guess. Let me guess. Let me guess. Is your Oshi? You look like a Niji Sanji sort of lover to me. Um, I would say that your favorite VTuber would have to be, if you put a gun to my head, I think your favorite VTuber is Kason from Niji Sanji. Is that right?
Someone else asked me who she is.
Max.
They keep
Max
asking
is
me this
asking.
question.
Max is asking you who your Oshi is, so I suppose he doesn't know.
Okay, well, I guess since Max is unable to watch the Charlie Drexperience, on which I've answered this question, what, 3 times now? 4 times?
3
3 times?
times? 3 times.
My Oshis, plural, are Nanache Mume and Hoshinova Muna from Hololive EN2 and ID1, respectively. And the reason for which they are my Oshis are because they are both Oshis for the same reason, i.e. that they are musical performer type people who have to deal with neighbors that just ruin their experience by existing. And since we can't delete neighbors legally, anyway, I vibe with their whole feeling of just doing your best, even though you have to kind of whisper scream in the middle of the night because you don't want to wake up the
Gotta work.
neighbors.
Bro, did you see the HoloFest not this past spring, but last year in 2021 or 2022?
Like
It
further.
would have been when like the EN girls when Myth had their 3D debut.
I can't say I specifically remember. Like I've watched most of the events. I just like.
Well, I asked because everyone was like, "Oh man, here comes Gure, here comes Ame," and everybody, "Oh man, they got their 3D debuts, man. Ian is gonna slap." Oh, I guess ID there is there too. But
Oh,
then
right.
out comes fucking Muna, and she just steals it. Like she hits it so hard, and all like everyone I was watching at the time were like, "Oh."
Was that before or
Muna
after she
Chad,
had dropped High Tide?
That's a good question. I don't keep up with Muna as much as I do the other ones, but it would have been March of 2022. So whenever High Tide came out, there you go. March of 2022 when that fest was.
I think that might have been. I think I remember her performing
She
that
sang
for.
Gravity. So
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah,
might
yeah.
have been before.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's. I like the thing is specifically with Muna. You know, everybody sleeps on the IDs in general. Obviously,
I agree. I think
like Risu
100%.
also has a great
Oh my
singing
goodness,
voice and performance ability.
she cracks me up.
Ollie's hilarious.
Mhm.
Yofi. Rene is pretty cool. I don't look Yofi's great, but like the art streamers, like I don't know, like good for them, and
Mhm.
I'm happy for them, and I'm happy with their cool chill vibes. But
You know, not everybody. You can't watch everybody. That's all right. There's nothing wrong with that.
I remember. Do you remember the drama way back when the IDs like came out, the first generation, and or no, I think it was like the IDs came out, then EN1 came out, and then they did like a triple collab, and Yofi was like translating, but then, or maybe I'm thinking of the first IDJP collab, but all I remember is people are getting mad at Yofi because like she was translating, but everyone's mad because she was spending more time translating than actually like collaborating, but it's like, you know, the usual things apply to collabs where you're just watching them all scream at each other, not scream, but talk to each
Yeah.
other, and it's not like they're interacting with chat or anything. So like, what do you want her to do?
Weird.
Just stay quiet while everybody's like maybe speaking pidgin Japanese / Indonesian at each other? Oh, it was the end.
Weird thing to get mad about.
Hmm.
They were mad she wasn't translating fast enough for Goomba. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I understand. I understand the people that were upset. I don't understand. Like I don't agree with it, but I'm like, okay, the drama, the reason it exists suddenly makes sense. There we go.
Right. Yeah, just I mean,
People overcomplicate this shit, man. That's the one thing that drives me crazy about all this.
well, are you saying that these people that are content creators aren't complete prodigies who are perfect at every possible creative pursuit that they pursue?
You know, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna drop a hot take here. No, they aren't perfect.
No.
I know. I'm telling you that the idol isn't perfect. I know.
Somehow I'll survive.
Early Gura fans.
Early Gura fans? Are you okay, well, you know, I'll yeah, we'll go with that. Early Gura fans were a different breed.
Early.
And present Gura fans and future Gura. Look,
Yeah, let's get everybody in there. We don't want to split up the chum buds, do we?
Nah, I'm not gonna look. It's whatever else they may or may not be doing, or their fans may or may not be doing. They're living their lifestyle. They've achieved their success. They're taking advantage of the opportunity. I won't begrudge them for that.
No,
It's
not at all.
good for them, and obviously it's up to them. If they don't like their fans acting like that, that's on them. And if they
Well, some of them have had discussions with their fans, haven't they?
they have, and then it's kind of annoying when the fans don't listen. Yeah, like the fans are like,
I
"Oh, I
heard
love
about
my Oshi. I support them so much." Oh, but you can't fucking
How dare my Oshi tell me to stop being a coomer in chat?
you can't stop with the sex jokes, even though she's specifically saying, "Hey, stop."
Looks like my money's going elsewhere.
We'll see if I ever super chat you again.
Yeah, see if I ever send you 3 red supers ever again. I can't believe you told me to stop being horny. Oh my god. Mother, can you believe this?
But don't worry, it's totally about maintaining their purity. Just for it's not a sex thing. They just want them to maintain their purity.
Here's the thing, people complain about idol culture and all that stuff, and so when something goes from one culture to another, in this case, the concept of an idol culture goes from the east to the west, and this happens a lot with food, really, but something changes to kind of accommodate the culture that it's going into more efficiently. And so I think people who are like, oh, it has to all abide by Japanese idol culture. I'm like, well, sorry. I mean, they aren't Japanese. They're fucking Westerners. So it's gonna be different. They have different sense and sensibilities. They were raised in different societies, and so it's just not gonna mesh the same way. Sorry, Charlie. Well, not you specifically. I'm just using the euphemism.
Sure,
but,
sure.
So I think when people get really upset because it's like, oh no, girl collab with man. Oh no, it's just get over yourself. Cut it out. Cut that shit out. Oh no, he's frozen.
I'm back.
That means he's back.
Oh, no. You're not going to do that again. No, this is my show. My rules.
Popcorn back there was looking mighty good. And I mean, I noticed that all of the furniture wasn't nailed down.
Is
so,
that
I just thought
popcorn?
maybe
Look,
I don't know what it is.
I'm not going to lie. This
souffle.
This stage may or may not be kind of AI generated, so
Okay, all right. I was wondering.
yeah, I'm not, that weird like cactus erupting from a pot back there. Nah, I didn't plan that. That just kind of happened.
I thought you would just put a filter over an image. I was looking at it, but the more I look, I'm like, what the fuck is going on back there?
I mean, those are some weird chairs. Like, look how long they are compared to their backs.
I thought they were like weird, like early, like CGI chairs or something.
I mean, technically it's all CGI, so you're not wrong.
It's true. It is computer generated. You are correct.
You got any more questions for me?
Yeah, I've got a couple here. Why do you do this? Why Chuba? Why Charlie Chuba?
I like to view myself as an entertainer, as so many of us do. And this provided a means of having an outlet for my entertainment energies, my creative energies that didn't require me to put my own face out there, my own identity out there, and kind of maintain that separation between who I am beyond the stream and who I am on the stream. And then just in general, like VTubing specifically, don't take this the wrong way. I'm pretty sure I like it. I'll answer it again, but it's like I think this. I mean, it's a solid question. I wrote them, so of course it is. But everyone asked me this question, but it's fine because it's a good. I think it's a good salient point to be made here. That around the time summer 2020, everything's just bad, COVID, other stuff. I wasn't in a position where I was, depressed or anything, but I do know a lot of people were kind of lifted up and saved, quote unquote by VTubers. So, oh, Bunny wants to throw a burger at me. Nope, I turned off the guest interactions because we are being serious for the guests here.
Yeah.
But here, I'll throw a bunny. Just throw a bunny, throw a burger. Where's my burger bun? That's a lot of damage. Well, you can't see
You
it
know,
because I don't have tits enabled as a source. But
I thought this was a proper stream. I didn't realize we were going to be throwing burgers.
hold on, I can fix this. I can fix this. All right, check this out. All right, we just gotta
Oh
hold on.
no, I'm sinking into the floor.
Wait, is that you doing that, or is that something
Bye,
I'm screwing up?
everybody.
Bye.
I'm leaving forever.
Okay, bye. Nope, that's the bat. There we go. A tasty burger. Where was
That does
I?
look pretty good.
Oh yeah, so, 2020, really crappy. I saw how happy VTubers were, or made people, and I was like, I want to get into that action. So, yeah, I did this. I want to say to help people, but just because I want to entertain people, and I wanted to be one of the people that brought a smile to people's faces.
Oh, jeez, that always feels good, genuinely. It's always pretty nice.
So, you okay down there? What are you doing?
I am but a possum. Please keep speaking, young Chuba.
Well, I answered the question.
Oh, you sure have, because you're a very smart boy.
I have my moments.
If you had any dream collabs, what would they be? Anything at all?
Pipkin Pippa.
That's actually pretty based.
Yeah,
Gotta say.
just for obvious
I-
reasons.
I appreciate how quickly you answered that question.
It's just not so much about the gameplay, not so much about the oh she's a girl and I'm a guy, more like the hey what kind of Fed posting can we get up to in real time.
Absolutely, that might be pretty fun. I watch bits and pieces of her here and there. I actually follow her on Twitch. I've popped in her streams a couple times. Very very funny, especially when she kind of has a little mini yab on stream, or like she was reacting to some videos or something the other day, and the video started to say some very not nice things, and so she switched to the next one, and that other video started with some very not nice things.
That's one of
very
those.
funny.
She kind of illustrates like my ideal, like if I were a corpo, I just want to have security. Like, it's not so much about, oh, I need X number of paycheck or Y number of fans. I just want the security. Right. So long, obviously, I'm not going to, like, go totally unhinged and, like, start showing, like, hardcore porn on stream or anything, but just being able to just say the most unhinged shit that I want, and
it'd be fine.
Nobody's going to say anything, because especially, like, obviously it's just adding conditions to it, but, like, I'd like to be the biggest person in a particular, like, middle-sized corpo, just so that, like, because, like, Pippa's pretty much the biggest in FaZe, right? Like,
yeah,
Tenma's pretty up there too, but it's like between those two, that's about it.
It's a pretty big gap, yeah.
And so, like, just being the money maker of the corpo, it's just like no. There's you're not gonna cancel them.
Like, I'm bringing in the money, and pretty much unless you do like something insane,
start dropping gamer words and stuff, maybe,
or like break NDA, or endanger other people, you're pretty much golden.
You can have one more question, Abby, because I like you just that much.
Okay, one more question. Whoa.
Bunny will cancel them in Minecraft.
Oh, Bunny, by the way, thank you for providing me a question. Charlie enjoyed that question very much.
Wait, what question? What? Bone marrow?
Yeah. Charlie asked that one at the beginning of the stream, and then I asked it back to him.
Oh,
he enjoyed it very much.
Oops. Am I
okay? Let's see here.
Ask your question.
I'm gonna figure it out. Hold on.
Oop, I'm getting smaller. My favorite part of that was the second one where it's like, he's like on top of the blimp, and it's like he starts getting excited, but he starts like having like a stroke, and he's like seizing up. He's like, and then he like runs up, you know, doing like Gmod animation where it's just like kind of flailing around, ragdolling, and he gets up to the dog wisdom. He's sitting there, he's like shaking. I mean, I'm pretty much just recreating the video. You guys should watch Dog of Wisdom if you haven't already. That's a great video, great series. They need more.
If the ball is too big for your mouth, it is not your ball.
That's a good wisdom.
But I had the question here. What was it?
And my plan to distract you totally worked.
It's the longest you ever gone without sleep.
About 42. It was 40 hours and change. It was my time in the Demon Navy.
Oh, why did they keep you up that long?
It wasn't so much that they kept me up, it was that there was a thing that I work on, that I was the only person qualified to work on that thing. And yeah, it's since nobody else could work on it because nobody else knew how to fucking fix it or read the tech manual, because apparently I'm the only person that's fucking literate. Yeah. But hey, it's part of the job.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure you did. You got some. I don't know. You got an extra spoonful of slop or something for it.
No, I got nothing.
You got the pride of being in the Navy.
I did end up. There was a time I was like briefing one of my bosses. We'll just say, just to keep it simple. I was like almost falling asleep, standing up as I'm telling him, "Oh, the widgets. The widget in the gizmo is broken. I can't." And I'm like sitting there, like standing there rather, drifting off while I'm like standing up. So that was fun.
Jeez, did you get in trouble for that?
No,
like, why are you slapping?
No, because they knew I had been up. I had been in the fucking room with the piece of equipment for like hours at a time for a day and a half straight.
Awful.
Well,
what's your
wait?
What?
No, that was
wait. That was
a question, but you can ask another question. I'm feeling generous. Super
what
generous.
is your favorite alcohol?
Okay. This one has a two answers. So, there's the thing I can put down the easiest. Sin knows this one. He says, "What is it, Sin?"
What is it, Sin?
Because I have talked about it. So there's the one I can put down the easiest. No, actually, Screwdriver's not my favorite. They're just super easy. The thing that I can put down the easiest and get straight to blackout is peppermint schnapps.
Why would you want to go straight to blackout? That's so awful.
I'm not saying that I actively do anymore. I'm just saying that's the thing that, like, you know, because of its flavor and like how easy it is, that's why I could do quickly. My favorite, like, actual thing I like to drink would probably be Goldschlager. Which, mind you, I know that isn't really like a sippy drink, but like I'm into shots.
Charlie likes White Claw.
I hate beer.
He told me so.
I hate beer in general.
White Claw is a carbonated adult beverage. It's very different. There's no laws when you're drinking claws, brother.
Why wouldn't you want to go straight to blackout? It's just I've been there once before in my life.
It's not fun.
Well, once and a half. There was the first and only time I've actually been blackout, and then there's another time I almost got blackout, but it was like, yeah. Like, it's fun for everybody else, but not so much for you when you can't remember what the hell you did, and everybody's like talking about this funny thing you did, but you can't remember that funny thing you did.
And it just feels weird. You're like, oh, I wasn't in control of anything I was doing. How peculiar.
And then you're like,
not too on that.
You regain your memory like capacity, and you're like curled around a toilet or something that you've been throwing up.
Oh, that's the worst too. Is like you start remembering shit when you're just tossing up. Oh, that's terrible.
Well, with that beautiful ending question.
Wait, one more.
Oh my god.
Who's your viewer Oshi? I mean, not your viewer Oshi. Who's your
two view Oshi?
Who's your two view Oshi? Who's your indie Oshi?
Well, put a gun to my head. I would probably say...
Yes.
You already know, but...
Oh, but I want to hear you say it.
You.
Oh, a little old me. I didn't
man.
expect that.
No, it's, I mean... not to, like, sit here and, like, wow, this is gonna be kind of awkward to actually say it to the person's face, but I don't know. I mean, you make good content, you have a good variety, like you talked about. You know, you don't just do games, and good personality. You have a solid voice. I've always said, chat should agree with me. You know, fucking one of the corpos needs a good old Southern boy with a drawl going on in their streams, and I figure you could fill that market if you felt so inclined.
It is an untapped gold mine. There's gold in them there hills, and one of those days, you're gonna look back on this stream and you're gonna be like, man, I was there before it really took off. I was there.
Mumkey wants us to hug, so
How do we hug?
I guess like just kind of.
Just. Oh wait, hold on. No homo.
We're becoming one person.
Oh.
We are now Abex.
Abex.
I don't
It's our
know.
DBZ fusion name. That sounds terrible. They use it one time and nobody remembers it.
I mean, we can be like chubby.
Don't look. Weird people follow me. Don't.
Chubby Drex.
Did I ever tell you I was a chubby child? I was a fat kid.
No, so was I.
Yeah, I was a little munchkin. I was like a little gumdrop.
I was a big old boy through college, and then I lost like fucking 70 pounds in a year when I was about to join the Navy. So,
good thing you did it before you joined the Navy, because man, it would have been painful if
well,
you were in the Navy losing that.
They wouldn't have let me. Like that was the reason I had to lose
That's
it, was
right,
because I had to meet the requirements.
I looked at myself in middle school one day and I realized that I was fat, and I was like, this isn't good. And so I started jogging, and I jogged 6 days a week for like 6 months because I had the gumption to just immediately do that when I was that age.
Right.
And then I went from like 200 pounds to like 120. and then yeah, I've just kind of done fitness since then. So
Right on.
I was thin as a beanpole for a little while, and then I was like, you know what? I got to start lifting weights, and then I started deadlifting and getting jacked as hell.
Heck yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Shit yeah.
Shit yeah. Hell yeah. Frick yeah.
Let me get a hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah.
Ooh yeah.
Ooh yeah.
It's the Macho Man Randy Savage. Yeah. The cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop, brothers. My favorite thing about that is at the end he palms the cream again to do it another time, but they end the interview before he can. But so you can look at him. He palms it and he puts it down underneath the camera, and he's gonna do it again, but the interview ends.
Oh, Macho Man.
Rest in peace, brother.
He was a good man. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Macho Savage Randy Man.
Is that what he goes by? Is that his real name?
Yeah, nobody knew his real name was Randy Savage Macho Man.
No, you said Macho Randy Savage
Man Macho Savage Randy.
Randy. Anyways, Abby, you've been a great guest.
Thank you for having me, Charlie. It's been a good time. I've had a good time sneeding and feeding with you.
It's sea ducking and fee ducking. Thank you very much. Sneed
very complicated.
Sneed was the former owner. Chuck is now the current owner. So because it used to be Sneed's Feed and Seed, it changed to be the same as the end of my name. So now it's Chuck's Sea Duck and Fee Duck.
Ah, see, it's a very complicated joke.
I don't think it's complicated.
You gotta watch a lot of Rick and Morty to understand that one.
No, I mean, you do have to have a pretty high IQ. Any events that you want to shout out that are going on your channel? Anything like special? Any special occasions? Any marathons, charity streams, anything like that?
Friday, I'm doing something. I don't know what I'm streaming on Friday, but I'll be streaming something on Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday, I think I'm doing a collab. I need to finalize it with this feller. Get this little British boy onto my stream so we could talk about whatever the hell we were going to talk about. And that's going to happen Saturday at I think 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the afternoon. And I got a cursed cooking stream coming on down the pipeline. I've kind of figured out how I'm going to do it, and I figured out my menu, and now I just need to do all the prep for it.
Well, I look forward to it. I'll certainly be stopping by as my own schedule permits.
I hope so, because I've got quite a menu, and it's definitely cursed.
Does it involve bone marrow?
It involves gelatin.
I guess doesn't that contain like horse bone marrow or something?
Yeah, I mean, what is gelatin but the bone marrow of the 1960s?
Something like that. Anyways, it's been a blast. Thanks for stopping by.
And a treat.
Take care of yourself, Abby.
Of course.
Why? The crowd's clapping. Might
Bye,
be a little too
everybody.
loud.
I'm slipping away now.
Oh no, Abby!
I've gotta go fight a federal agent, everybody.
Has to go now. Your planet needs her, him, them. Alright, they're muted. I have control now. It's just me. It was only ever me. Abby was a figment of your imagination. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Thanks for watching the Charlie Drexperience featuring Abigail Croc M, which stands for Mississippian Miss Abigail M. Abigail. The alligator. The talking alligator. Let me okay, get rid of that. That was a fun stream. We do have a guest already lined up for next week and the week after that. As always, if you are a fellow VTuber and you would like to maybe be featured on the Charlie Drexperience, you can reach out to me if you know who or what. Oh, there's drama in my chat. Yeah, Abby collabs with males. Yeah, me. So, thanks for stopping by. I won't say same time next week. It'll be like same date next week, same day of the week, Wednesday. But like, I don't know what the time is. Tonight was later because I had to facilitate Abby's schedule. But we'll see what my next guest is. We're aiming for like the 5, 6 o'clock. I don't know. It's going to be like 6-ish p.m. Pacific time. And yeah, that just about does it. Thanks again. And I hope you have a good rest of your night. Let me see if I can drop you off on somebody. Be a good companion. Oh, that would be good. That's a perfect person to raid. They just went live. And it's almost like they were here earlier in chat. That's alright, we'll support them just like they supported us. We're gonna go to Super Crunch. The raid message, I don't think there are really many Chuck charlatans left anymore. But I still haven't. I don't know. Just Chuck raid. I'm. If you have an emote, if you have emotes, you get Drexed. Yeah, I guess the chat has control over that. So go ahead and go get Drexed in Super Crunch's stream. And I'll see the rest of you on Friday night. Because again, tomorrow's stream canceled, work stuff. But Friday night, I might be drinking a little bit. We'll see. Ha 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 ha. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Oh my god.